Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. In this video, I want to show you my honest review, and I hope I will be able to highlight all the pros and cons of this product. So let's begin.
What if I told you that the cure for your diabetes already exists? That scientists know what it is, that it works no matter if you're pre-diabetic or have had type 2 diabetes for 20 years, that it costs pennies and has zero side effects, that it's been proven effective in thousands and thousands of independent studies? What if I told you that big pharma, big medicine, and even big government have been keeping all of this hidden from you? That they've been getting away with the biggest theft in the history of mankind, stealing over $1 trillion from Americans just like you every single year, by bribing doctors to prescribe you expensive medications you don't need, forcing you into surgeries and procedures that don't work, all as they purposefully push your health insurance premiums through the roof. What if I told you that big medicine is intentionally poisoning you, that they are trying to make sure you never get better, that your blood sugar levels never normalize, so they can keep sucking up your hard-earned cash like slimy leeches while they line their pockets with blood money? What if I told you that this fake news is bigger than just big pharma, that the real cause of your type 2 diabetes has nothing to do with the foods you eat, with soda, fast food, chips, or any other public enemy that the media reports on, that these are all scapegoats meant to distract you from the truth, and even worse, to shift the blame to you, to make it seem like it's all your fault, even though the truth is your type 2 diabetes is being caused by forces entirely out of your control. Forces that have nothing to do with food, drinks, snacks, or being lazy, but instead with the poisons and toxins that the world's biggest companies are pumping into the air we breathe, the water we drink, even the medications we take. If it sounds like some crackpot conspiracy, I completely get it. I felt the same way when I first stumbled down this dark and winding path, and I didn't want to believe that I was being lied to, that big pharma and big medicine were that corrupt or evil. Actually, back then, all I wanted was for my wife Angie to get her blood sugar levels to drop out of the high 500s, for her to come back from the diabetic coma she was in, for the doctors to be able to save her right foot before it was too late, before she died, or lost a limb, or spent the rest of her life as a vegetable. I didn't realize at the time that the reason why my wife's blood sugar had gotten so bad in the first place was because she was following all of her doctor's advice. Listen to all of the fake news that's being spoon-fed to diabetics like her, and taking all of the drugs they kept pushing on her that were actually making her type 2 diabetes even worse, for reasons I'll explain in a second. Hi, my name is Michael Bradford, and it's safe to say that I'm hated by pretty much every pharmaceutical executive on the planet. That's because the information inside this video is costing them billions of dollars each month, and they're in an all-out panic about how to silence me before you hear what I have to say. They don't want you to know that it's actually easy to drop your blood sugar levels by 150 points or more, that you can reverse your type 2 diabetes in less than 15 days. and that doing so doesn't require insulin, metformin, or any of their prescription drugs. In fact, it can and should literally cost you only pennies. Now, the reason I know any of this to be true is because of a bizarre discovery I made while deep in the jungles of the Philippines. A discovery which, if I'm being honest, I thought was complete BS at first, but which ultimately saved my wife's life by bringing her out of a diabetic coma and lowering her blood sugar levels by more than 340 points in just 2 weeks. Today, the same discovery has now helped more than 16,400 diabetics and pre-diabetics to conquer their high blood sugar and to reclaim their lives. And if you follow the simple but medically proven advice I'm about to share with you inside this presentation, I'm confident it can help to eliminate your diabetes too. Just like it did for Kelly Bergen in Tennessee. She writes, "My doctor lied to my face. He told me that my type 2 diabetes was irreversible. He said that I would need to be on medications for the rest of my life. My doctor said I would have a high risk of heart attack or kidney failure down the road. For 10 years, I listened to my doctor's nonsense, and my blood sugar levels continued to grow higher and higher. My nerve pain got worse too. It was like I was on a one-way trip to an early grave. Then, a friend of mine told me about your video. When I started watching, I was skeptical because I've heard about miracle cures and things like that before, and most of them seem like snake oil. But as I kept watching your video, I realized was different. I saw that those weird jungle ingredients you shared really had a lot of research behind them. And I was startled to see all the science about how type 2 diabetes isn't caused by diet at all. By the time your video ended, I'd committed to trying the natural remedy you told me about. And thank God I did. This is a legitimate miracle, Michael. Within 16 days, my blood sugar levels were at the lowest they'd been in 10 years. It has now been 2 months, and I'm off my medications entirely. Thank you so much. You've given me back my life. And then there's Barry Lansing of Texas. He says, type 2 diabetes is torture. You go 6 months, and things seem to be fine. Then, before you know it, the meds don't seem to be working, and your blood sugar is creeping up. You try and eat healthy, avoid sugars and all that other stuff your doc says, yet it still feels like you're fighting a losing battle. Fortunately, I found your video. My fasting blood sugar dropped 217 points on average since I started following the advice you shared. And that's just the start. My toenail fungus disappeared entirely in about 30 days, and I've lost 28 pounds already too. It's been incredible. Now, these are just 2 of the thousands of letters I'm getting each month that come from people all over the country and who have all used the weird jungle ritual I'm about to tell you about to destroy their type 2 diabetes forever. You'll hear from a few more of these people a bit later on, but right now I want to share the remarkable story about how I stumbled upon this blood sugar lowering breakthrough along with exactly how it works, so that you can start using it for yourself immediately to reverse your type 2 diabetes for good.
Cool, right? Check out our amazing deals on thousands of products. Click the link in the description.